Hello, my little Aries. Okay, I'm Alea, and today I've chosen some fiery cards for you since you are a fire sign. These are the Wizards deck, but you'll notice they have dragons on the back. These are the Draconis cards. This is the blank Dragon Tarot. Okay, this is the Priestess of Light. Okay, and this is the Shaman's Dream. Okay, so let's get started. All right, my little soul warriors. Okay, which one do they want me to start with? This one. And they're saying the bottom. Okay. Okay. So these three cards are who you are right now. Sometimes your personality, what you're thinking, sometimes what you've been through. And this is the way I tend to read cards at the spread that I normally do. I can read them in different spreads, but this spread at this time is what I feel like I need to do. Okay, this is you. You are very closed off right now. Okay, you see that, if I can bring it a little closer, I'm trying to, okay, maybe I need to change my iPad around so I can see better. There we go. This, there's a person back there doing something, who knows what, because you can't hardly see from the stained glass. But also there's chains. Can I bring it a little closer? There's chains on the door. So you've locked yourself away. So that's who you are at this time. Let's get more of the cards out before we see where we're going with this. And this is the Emperor. Wow, a very strong person. You are a very, very strong person. And Emperor has worked their way up. They usually embody all four kings of the suits, King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the King of Cups. So they have it all. Their mind they're not just led by their emotions, they're not led just by logic, they're not led by their desires. They put it all together, and that's the way they lead. Very together person, very, very together, but they do have a lot of responsibility. So you have a lot of responsibility. Now, an emperor rules an empire, not just a country. So very, very strong person, but you've been kind of off to yourself a little bit, and that may be part of your personality. Hold on. And this is the Three of Wands. And by the way, this is a major arcana card, and that means major things in your life. So this is basically who you are. You're a very, very strong person. And you can't pull the wool over an empress or an emperor's eyes. They see right through you. So usually you're very psychic. You can judge people. I'm sorry, I've got it I've put the cards up too high. There we go. You can judge people. You can see through people, okay? But now the difference between an emperor and an empress, they're both very nurturing, they're both very protective, but this is more of a masculine. Whether you're male or female, you'll go out and you'll do what it takes to protect your empire. You will do. I mean, if you have to fight, you'll fight. If you have to, whatever. So very, very strong personality here. And let's go back to this card. And this is the Three of Wands. Now, in the Three of Wands, you see that he's got all of this stuff, and he's waiting. He's looking for everything to cook. Wands are fire. They're energy. They are sometimes passion. But they're very dynamic. You are a very, very dynamic person. But right now, you're waiting for your ships to come in. Okay, let's get some more and see what we've got going here. They're telling me the bottom again. So let's do this. Okay. So here we are, and this is, wow, this is strength. I love, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but here's two cards of you, one card especially, you being an emperor, being very dynamic, very strong, and here, then you turn around, you get this strength card. And on this card, I'm going to bring it a little closer so you can see, there's a dragon here. Now, she has tamed the dragon with, she didn't have to fight the dragon. She tamed it on her own. Now the dragon is protecting her. I love, love, love this card. This says, whether you're male or female, the cards only read energy. They don't read sex. So, but this card is that you have conquered something with your own strength, your mental strength, not your physical strength, but that you may do too because you're a very dynamic person. But now what you conquered has made you stronger, is protecting you. And I believe you stayed off to yourself to do that. You figured things out. You are one strong puppy. Okay, but, okay, now this is, I always pick them up too high. This is the Nine of Swords, and this, see, she's sleeping on a bed of swords, but the swords are down. They're not pointing up. Can you see the swords? They're pointing down in the bed. So basically she's dreaming, she's floating above that. But what this says is that you do have nightmares. You go through some of the same thing over and over and over again. But you haven't let it defeat you. Okay, and this is the Six of Cups. And now in the Six of Cups, there's usually an older person or older creature giving a cup to a younger person, okay? But there's cups, see the cups on the wall? You see them back here? There's all kinds of little cups back here. And this one is very ambidextrous, if you want to put it that way. This card has a lot of meanings. They all do, but this one can mean something from your past, because see, he's younger, and they're older now, so it means something from your past, something that was younger, what happened when you were younger. But it can also mean going back to the happy times when you were younger, and because you see, they're not upset, they're happy. So it has other meanings too as well. But I think that you go over this quite a bit from time to time. I don't think you let it stop you from anything. You are still headed forward. You are such a strong person. Wow. But I do think this might be, let's put it together with this card, where you're waiting for something in the future. This card is waiting for everything to cook, okay? So I think you're waiting, and I think you want the joy and the happiness that you had when you were younger. But I think this was something in the past, okay? And this is the, what are we doing here? These are the, yep, that was the Wizard's deck. And this is the Dragon Tarot. Okay, so this is the Fool. And now this is a Major Arcana card, Strength. Okay, did you get another Major Arcana? Yes. And the Emperor is a Major Arcana card. So you have 3 Major Arcana cards that came out right off the bat, pretty much. It's really kind of amazing. Okay, so under Strength, you got the Fool. And the Fool is somebody that's fixing to walk off a cliff. They don't know exactly everything that's going to happen, but they've got faith. They've got enough faith that if they jump off the cliff, they're in the original Rider-Waite, he had a little hobo handkerchief with his little belongings in it, and there's usually a little dog beside him, a white creature, and a white creature is like spirit is trying to help you through it. But he's fixing to go. Now, in this card, dragons have wings. They can fly. So he's not that worried about taking a new path. So you are taking a new path. You're strong enough to say, the old is gone, new is coming. Okay? Really neat. The Fool is a great card because they call him the Fool because they just like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna jump off this. But in essence, it takes so much courage to trust. It's just an amazing card. Okay? And this card is the Ten of Wands. And you see, I'll bring it a little closer for you. You see, he's got a burden of all these wands he's carrying. And sometimes this card can mean that you are carrying a heavy load, or you were carrying a heavy load and you've released it. So I think from all of this that it was such a heavy load. Whatever you went through was a heavy load. I think you're releasing it because you got the Fool with it. So you don't jump off to a new direction if you're still carrying all that burden. I think you do. It bothers you from time to time, and you go over it and over it, but I think you're still strong enough to take care of it. And this one came out reversed, and I'm being told to leave it reversed. The thing is, I normally don't read reversals unless they tell me to. So they're telling me to on this one. And this is a Four of Cups. And you see in the Four of Cups, now it's totally understandable why they said it needs to stay reversed. Okay, there's 3 cups right down here. Can you see them? Okay. And then there's a dragon. And he's just looking, I don't know if you can see it better, but it's kind of hard in this card, but that's his head right there. And he's just focused on these 3 cups right here. And he doesn't see that there's another little dragon back here handing him another cup. And these are cups of love, nurturing, kindness, generosity in a certain way, but doesn't necessarily mean it's generosity money-wise, but it means someone will help you, they'll nurture you. But this one came out in reverse. And if it hadn't, it would have meant that you were just focused on this and you didn't see what was coming in. But it came in reverse. You're not so focused on what happened before. You're now focused on what's coming in, the new cup. Wow. Okay. And let's go with this deck. Hold on, let me see what they want me to do. No, they're saying this deck again. Okay, they're saying from the bottom again. All right, so this is, the cards don't lie, people. You've got a match right here. This is the Emperor, and you just got the Empress. So this is your new path. An Emperor and an Empress. This is a true match. When you get an Emperor and an Empress, that is fated by the universe, but it's also a soulmate, a true soulmate. Sometimes people say, oh, well, they were my soulmate. I'm of a different opinion. I think sometimes there are people you think are your soulmates, but it turns out they weren't. Now that's just my opinion. I don't, some people say, oh, I knew they were my soulmate the minute I met them and blah, blah, blah. And it turned out a real bad thing. Now, that's a matter of opinion. But for me, a soulmate is someone who completes your soul. They mate with your soul. Your soul, what you're missing, they are. What they're missing, you are. But you got a true match. You got an Emperor and an Empress. And these are two different card decks. You see? I love it. I love the cards. They always talk to me. I just love it. They're like little people talking to us. Anyway, so this is the Empress. And you see, the Empress is, obviously, she embodies all four queens, but she embodies love, nurturing, kindness, strength, truthfulness. She can spot a lie from here to kingdom come. So can he. You see all the stuff around her. Can I bring this in a little bit? Here's little deer and a little hedgehog and rabbits and another little dragon. And so an Empress is someone who, I really don't like to use this word, but I'm going to use it. She's pregnant with abilities, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to have a child. If you want a child, you can have one, or children, but it means she has so much potential inside her to create anything she wants. But she's very, very nurturing. Now, so is an Emperor, but not to her extent. He will protect her no matter what. I mean, he will lay his life on the line for her, and she would do the same thing for him. This is a true match. And that doesn't always happen with an Emperor and an Empress. Wow. So, of course it makes sense. This is the Ten of Cups. And you see, the Ten of Cups is true love. It is, there's a little baby here, there's another child over here, or maybe an older dragon, like a grandfather or something. But the thing is, it's true love. It's everything you could ever imagine and want. It's just a beautiful, beautiful card. And it's marriage also. And this card is the Star, another major arcana card. Both the Emperor and Empress are major arcanas also. Just really, really amazing. This is the Star, okay, and now you will see that he's looking at the star, and there's other little dragons around the star, okay. It's like, I always think of the little Pinocchio story where when you wish upon a star. And so that's exactly what's happening. You are getting your wish, the wish that you've truly wanted, because you got this, you you got, what's wrong with me? Okay, you've got the, you have the Ten of Cups, and that means true love, everything you could imagine. Your wish is coming true. Okay, wow, let's see. All right, we got, so we have some more. So I'm asking them which they want me to do. Okay, let's do, I kind of feel like these are what we're supposed to do. Top or bottom? Bottom, they're saying. Okay. So, this is telepathy. Wow. Transmission, perception, and communication. So, if you haven't already met this person, or even if you have a telepathic connection. This is very, very, you've got, and as I said before, an Emperor, you can't fool an Emperor or an Empress. They can see right through it. So you're very perceptive, okay? But wow, look at this, communication. Now these cards are very difficult to see because they're kind of muted. But you see there's a wolf here, and then she's got, what is that on her head? I can't tell what's on her head, but she's got a wand with energy in her hands. Now, wolves, they're actually beautiful creatures. There's never been a case where a wolf has attacked a human despite what all the stories say, other than a person trying to hurt or come at their babies or something. But wolves seem to know. They're very intuitive. When they're running in a pack to chase an animal or something, they know which one needs to go around to the right or which one needs to go around to the left. It's almost like telepathic communication. And that's what you have. You're very, I think whoever this is, this true love, this other emperor or empress, whether you're the emperor or you're the empress, I think you have a telepathic communication with them. I think you can almost feel what they're feeling or talk to them. If they haven't come in your life yet, I think you're talking to them on another level. Beautiful card. Okay, and this one is, wow. Listen, you cannot lie. This is a different deck altogether. And this is Twin Flame, Soul Partner, Eternal Connection. And now, I'm not a fan of the belief of twin flames. I believe it's either a soulmate or it's not. But that's neither here nor there. Here's the thing. There's two people here and the animal in between with the energy coming down from the middle. It's a give and take. It's, like I said, one half, your soul, the things your soul needs, the other person has. The things his soul needs, you have. You're both such a beautiful connection. And there again, we go with, where are we? Where did we say it? I know I saw it. Hang on, I got it here somewhere. Okay. The mated pair, right here. Okay? Your soulmates. Sorry, people, I have to dig everything out. I can't film in a big enough area where you see the cards really closely, so my camera is not that kind of camera. Okay, clarity, planning, and releasing illusion. So you, both of you, don't, let me put it this way, you don't have illusions about some people, okay? I think you went through something because you were sleeping over and over it. Whether it was a bad situation or you just observed things or you've been through enough things that people don't really, you and them don't really click, or, you know, it was just sort of a fly-by-night thing. But you don't have a problem with illusions. But what you are believing, if this person hasn't come into your life, they're coming. But you don't, I'm going to say, I think you're very practical in some ways. Some things you think, you know, if a person is a player, they're just a player. That's the way it is. And if you're looking for someone who's not a player, you can see that. But sometimes I think you get just a little too hung up on reality. But then you're so strong, you keep going. It doesn't matter. So you don't let that stop you. But if you need to get clarity, what do you want? You know, suppose, let me just say this. Suppose someone lives in another state and you don't want to live a long distance relationship, then you know, in all truth, one of you is going to have to move to be with each other, or both of you are going to have to move to a totally different place. So that's the kind of illusion that you can't believe, oh, we could make it. I don't want a long distance relationship, but we can make it. So I think you're releasing some illusions, or you need to, whatever it is. But it's not very much, because this is your true soulmate. I mean, this is absolutely your true soulmate. You've got a matched pair. That's when you get two, Emperor and Empress, that's a matched pair, definitely. And then you also have the Twin Flame card. Wow. Okay, let's see what time I've got. We've got time for one more. And I did, let me get these. Okay, top or bottom? And they're telling me bottom. Okay, so let's not. I don't like to make my readings very long because sometimes people get bored. Okay, first breath. Wow, beginner's mind. This is when you meet that person, if you haven't already met them, or when you did meet them, they took your breath away. It's that kind of thing. The first time you saw them, or the first time you will see them, they will take your breath away. And this is stars in the sky. Wow, look at this. These are different decks. See? And you got the star, and you've got stars in the sky here. Limitless possibility. Wow. So your wish. Now, I don't know what kind of illusions you had to release. Planning. Hold on, let me ask. I think this card means you don't have illusions. I think you know that you can have whatever you want. Because all the other cards are saying that. Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. Wow. I mean, you just can't. Different cards, you know. You're focused on what you want. I'll pull them out again. Hold on. I'm just making a mess here. You're not focusing on what you had. You're focusing on what's coming. This came out upside down. Okay. Your star. You got two cards with stars. Wow. Stars in the sky and the star. This would be a major arcana also. And then I think you've already released illusions about this past person or about what you want. I think you're on a telepathic channel to that person, and they are exactly what you want. I believe you're manifesting them if you haven't already gotten them. You know what you want, and you go after it. That's an Emperor, definitely. Fortune's wheel, luck and the right timing. So when it's time, and it looks like it's right now, if you haven't already met them, it looks like it's going to be like now. I think you may have already met them, most of you, but they take your breath away. And I think that's the thing they feel about you. The minute they look at you, you take their breath away. I think you're both very attractive people. Usually the Emperor and the Empress are very attractive people, very strong people. This is a beautiful reading. There's no sense in going any farther. Wow. I love readings like this. I hate sad readings. I just hurt so much for the people that, you know, have been through so much and are still struggling. But this is a beautiful, beautiful reading, and I'm so happy for y'all. I can't tell you. This just makes my little heart sing. I'm gonna start crying again. Okay, I just love all of you. Thank you so much, little Arians. Oh, I'm so proud and happy for you. I love you. Bye-bye.